Hello and welcome to Lighten Up. I am your host, Suzanne Ross, and I am so excited to be here today with Jay Brave. Welcome, Jay Brave.
Hey, what's going on, Suzanne? Good to be here. Thanks for having me on the show.
We are so excited to have you coming to Sedona for our Cosmic Wave event, December 9th and 10th at the Sedona Community Center. And I know that you and Shyla Ray will be coming, and our community is just so excited to have you.
Yeah, it's a really great honor to come back to Sedona. I was just there a few months ago, and it's shooting the Sacred music video, which I think is how we connected. So, very auspicious timing to go back before the year ends to revisit that sacred place and be a part of the experience you're creating.
Well, I have to tell you, your video of Sacred, my friend, is so incredibly inspiring. And the video itself is just so beautiful, and you were all so into the energy and the sacredness of the place, and it really comes across through your video.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, when I was doing the video, being out near Cathedral Rock and all the sacred spots in Sedona, I just felt the inner workings of the divine working through me, and I felt that it was going to be the most important thing I've ever done. And sure enough, it's been the most viewed piece of media that I've ever created, the most connected piece of media that I've ever put out as far as songs, any form of group or myself. And it's been received very well. It just hit 500,000 views, and people are messaging me from all over the world with a similar level of appreciation. I'm really grateful for the intention, beyond me, just the sake of people having a deeper connection with the earth and with the idea that we're all sacred beings. And that's what the song is all about, just connecting us all and making us remember who and what we truly are.
Yes, I love how you say everyone is sacred and everyone is holy, and it's just so touching. And every time I watch it, I get teared up because I'm just so moved by it.
Thank you. Yeah, I felt the same way in the process of creating it, and to see have that effect on people just really resonates with the intention of everything happening right now on the planet, especially.
And what made you choose Sedona for this location?
You know, I was actually there a few years back, and I was with Kate, the singer on the song, Kate Pearl. She lived in Sedona at the time, and we were in this very special spot that is in the area that's kind of secret, and we were in the water, and we were having an amazing afternoon, just kind of hiking, cruising around, and we basically started jamming. And, these lyrics came through me, and she started playing the guitar to them, and we started like co-creating this vibe. And so I just felt really tuned to that moment and being there at that specific land. And I told her, like, one day I'm going to come back here, we're going to shoot a video for this. And lo and behold, I did end up connecting with the brother Amir, who at the time was living in Phoenix, Arizona. And so I was like, yo, I think you'd be the perfect person to shoot this music video. So from the time we were in the river that day to when I actually finished was about 3 years, I believe. So it was maybe 3.5 years. So it was a really big gap of time. But sometimes things happen in their own divine order. So it had a life of its own, and it was really beautiful and auspicious to go back to the space where the idea was kind of conjured in the first place,
Yes, and I just love that those lyrics started to just come through you when you were in this place that has such powerful vortexes, and I think it's really conducive to a higher state of consciousness.
Yeah, I've had those experiences before. I really feel sometimes we feel called to certain places on the map because maybe there's work for us to do in that community or that city, or sometimes we feel that deep beckoning, like we don't know why we belong or we need to go to a certain place. And I think a lot of times it's because the actual ley lines and the energy that's happening in the earth desire us to be there. They can give us sometimes messages just by physically being there, let alone what we actually do with that energy. So I definitely feel that sense when I'm in Sedona in general, and I certainly had that moment when I was there for that time of creation. And I'm happy that the earth can express through me and use me as a vessel to share that message.
So beautifully expressed. And yes, isn't it wonderful how the Mother Earth can really call us to these really sacred places around the world? And many of us who live in Sedona really felt called, to come here by the goddess Sedona, to live here and really, embrace that higher frequency and vibration that is so prevalent throughout this whole, 30-mile radius of Sedona. So that is so incredible. The Cosmic Wave event is happening here in just a little over a month, and you and Shyla Ray are going to bless us with your beautiful music and I'm sure an incredible performance. Can you tell us a little bit about what our audience can expect?
Yeah, I mean, for those who don't know, like my story goes back a long ways, and I'll just give a little brief excerpt. I used to work with homeless and at-risk youth full time as a youth mentor, and my journey on my personal place of service and learning the power of service and unconditional love, surely began when I became alive, but it really started in that process there. I really feel I was guided to a place of almost like given a spiritual boot camp to work with disadvantaged young people between the ages of 14 and 24 in LA, which has the biggest homeless population in the country, and working with people that are going through in and out of foster care, in and out of jails, the young people that were abused physically, sexually, beaten up, in and out of gangs. A lot of them turned to prostitution, really sad stories. And so it was a really powerful course for me to step into that path and provide the space and resources and insight and guidance, but also learn so much from them in the process and about myself in the process. And, sometimes musicians become activists, and it was almost like I became an activist and then became a musician, even though I've been writing music since I was 15 as a kid in school. I write lyrics. But, the universe gave me this opportunity to learn hands-on how to be in service to my community. And I've since stepped into the role of being a full-time musician. So it's really powerful to be able to ultimately just want to awaken to my divine love and to share that message through my vehicle of music and the vehicle of hip-hop. And I feel honored as a person of color, as a person of multiple cultures and multiple ethnicities, to be able to stand for the power of diversity, to stand for the power of peace, love, and expression in my own unique way. And I think it's so powerful as we're co-creating this new world that we speak upon, that we really open up our prowess and our observation for the idea that it's an inclusive place for all sorts of people. And so I feel so honored to use hip hop and poetry and spoken word as my medium to express. And with Shyla, she brings her soulful, amazing kind of R&B flavors, and we kind of mix the divine feminine with the divine masculine and create a very unique live show. So I trust whoever's going to come is going to feel very inspired, because ultimately, regardless of what the label or the genre is, it's all about the intention. And our intention is to uplift you, to inspire you, to remind you of who and what you really are, and to initiate that divine love inside each and every one of us.
There's so many elements of what you just said that are so incredibly beautiful, and I'm just very impressed, Jay Brave, that you went out on the streets and you saw this condition of homelessness and you really felt inspired to do something about it, and how then that turned into creating inspirational music to really uplift everyone. And you truly do that in your music, and that is a really auspicious path to start out as an activist and then become a musician who actually performs music that is about activism for peace and unity amongst all. And I really like how you brought in the diversity piece, to bring us all together with this unity consciousness right here and now. And so bless you for all that you're doing. And also it sounds like Shyla Ray is really aligned with all of that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it's such a beautiful gift to share with her. We've been friends for over 10 years, and she's a fantastic singer, mother, doula. She holds singing circles and works with women empowerment, and it's all about that divine feminine rising. And so to connect with her, we create a really unique show, and we just want to touch, move, and inspire as many people as possible. And, ultimately, we're healing ourselves as well. music and art, no matter what your modality of expression, it's all about, how we can come into our own and heal ourselves. And I feel like, when we heal ourselves, we heal the world as well. We have to work from the micro to the macro. It can't just be about, I'm here to change the world. I have to change myself and work in my community and love my neighbor and connect with the garden in the back of my house. And so it's all powerfully happening, and it's an honor to be able to see where the journey takes us. And to be able to come back to Sedona is a great treat. So we're really looking forward to that experience.
Absolutely. I really love how you brought in the divine masculine and the creative feminine piece. And I'm sure the two of you come together just so beautifully, expressing both of those powerful attributes of humanity. And I like how you talked about the individual has to, represent all of those higher qualities of being in order to really have that powerful impact on the collective consciousness, and just, really loving all of that. Our events are designed to inspire, empower, uplift, and activate people. And so, I'm just very enthusiastic about, how our inspiring event is going to be so enhanced by your inspirational music, Jay Brave. And I know that music itself really raises the vibration.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I really feel that each and every one of us are alive on the planet literally right now because we're here to express something only that we can share. Like from the depths of our being, there's something unique to our own coding and DNA that has allowed us to physically be on the planet to share something special, whether it's music or art or yoga or culinary foods or permaculture or marketing, business, whatever your thing is. There's something that we all know deep down that we're here to express. And I feel it's in the revealing of our own gifts that will be the healing of ourselves, the healing of our planet, the healing of each other in this greater global community. So, it sounds like what you're stirring up with the cosmic wave is all about riding that wave of consciousness and realizing we're going through these really turbulent times, and they can be really challenging. We can feel really scared or angry or feel like so alone in the process. But I really feel, again, that if we are able to ignite what's inside of us, then we can be a part of the solution, a part of the awakening, a part of this new paradigm, a new level of consciousness that we're trying to co-create. So if we can bring people in through concerts, through the Cosmic Wave event, through workshops, through healing modalities, through retreats, like it's all happening so we can just ultimately awaken to ourselves. And why not do it in Sedona? Why not come to one of the most beautiful places in the world? Why not come check out the red rocks and the beautiful streams of water and the beautiful community there? So I'm encouraging everyone to come out. It's going to be a really good time.
Excellent. Thank you. Yes, and everyone watching, you can just go to www.theawakeningcenters.org, click on fundraising activities, and register now because seats are limited, and we know that everyone is going to want to come out and be part of this exceptional event.
Yes, indeed. So it is.
Yes, and so it shall be. Thank you so much, Jay Brave.
Hey, good to meet you.
Okay, namaste.
Namaste.